Welcome back, Diamond Dogs. This is your King Willick speaking, Chief and Commander. Sorry, I had to pull this thing again. And as always, my phone likes to start up every time I start my stream, so that's a plus. And I'm kind of out of breath because I'm hot, heavy, well, not too heavy, but I'm hot. And it's really, really warm in here. So yeah, we just finished one main story. We're going to finish the next main story.
Mission complete, boss. That was impressive. But what do you suppose they were going to discuss at such a rare meeting? Guess we'll never know.
Excuse me.
More staff from each of the teams are active in the area of operations now. That means some will be wounded, get sick, or suffer PTSD. That's where the medical team comes in. I've taken the liberty of commissioning the construction of a new medical platform. Having proper medical facilities for the men is a matter of life or death, so I put up the resources this time around. You can check on the platform's progress by selecting base facilities under the iDroid's Mother Base menu.
Yes, so once that base gets finished, guess who's going to come to stay? Like, immediately. If you guessed quiet, you're sort of right, but I was thinking more of the lines of pause. We'll get to why in a minute. Right now, I want to develop that part of the base. Oh, so he's already gotten started on it. When did this happen? Last night, I guess. So, now we have to recruit for medical staff. Fine with me. Alright, so let's do another main mission then. Because, you know, the last one went really well.
This Masih Laman was full of Mujahideen, the Hamid fighters. Then suddenly they disappeared overnight, and the Soviets moved right in. I guess the old fort is still in good enough shape that the Soviets want to use it as is. This means that the battalion commander stationed in Sakai village, a lieutenant colonel, is moving his operations room to the fort. Word is, he's an excellent leader. With him stationed at Smasi Fort, the Soviet forces in the area will operate all the better. And according to the client's information, he'll be bringing a tank unit to the fort as well. We don't know the redeployment date or the route they'll take, but there must be some planning documentation where the colonel is. You have two objectives: eliminate the colonel and stop the tank deployment. Counting on you, boss.
Which brings us to our third loadout. I'll show you now. We'll accept this mission. The Damasi fort that we're heading to is located right there, and I need a closer landing zone to get to that point, said area, because the tanks are going to be rolling in from this location up and in. So if I land over here, I'd have to come across this mountain, run my way back through here just to get up to those cliffs and find those documents, just so I can activate that tanking heading towards my direction. But before we do that, I have a special surprise for you. So let's move our chopper to this general location where we don't have to run as much. Crimson Black suits me fine. We're gonna get rid of D-Horse here because technically we don't need him for this sort of mission. Now, for our loadout. Number 3. Primary. Well, this will remain because this is our best good weapon. Because those really stink. Next, we have one missile launcher. It really sucks, but it's the only one we got so far. Next, we need our secondary weapons. Well, stun or bionic doesn't really matter. I mean, still gets the job done, regardless of the situation, so I'm going to leave it as is. Yeah, that looks good. Support weapons. We'll need decoy up top. Support chopper. Loadout chopper. Smoke grenades. C4s. Mines? Yeah, because I left the decoys up there. What am I forgetting? Oh, the animal cages. Crap. Well, if I'm going to use decoys, I'm not really going to need these. So I'm going to put that right there. And I'm going to show you the best combo that I personally came up with. Solix was surprised when he saw this combination. He wanted to use it himself. So, like an MGR, I gave him a few advices. He followed up on it, thought it was a great idea. Then he came up with some on his own I even took as a great idea. So, in exchange, we came up with some pretty good ideas. This one was one of my best. So, watch what I do here. I'm gonna have the Phantom Cigar here. My night vision goggles here. Box A. Box B. Box C. Box D. I said box D. There. Now, what are we going to put here? Pretty much nothing because everything is taken care of. And I still don't know why this box won't let me put anything in it. Trying to see what that says. Don't mind the crotch slap. Shot. It says null. Or is that none? Yeah, it says none. For some reason it's stuck on none and I don't know why. So I'll leave it as is for right now. Alright. Tools. Upgraded to level 2. Yeah, I guess we're fine. For vehicles, well, Should I risk a tank? Well, I have 18 of one, or yeah, 18 of these guys. 15 of these guys. Sure, I'll bring a tank. Why not, right? I mean, it's my tank, so I can pretty much do whatever I want with it. Oh boy, yeah. And characters. Well, still only Snake. Still no bandana. But at least we got the sneaking suit going on for us. So yeah, this is loadout number 3 that we just set up. So let's get moving. I'm going to hide my tank. So in case if it blows up, well, I tried. Excuse me. So I could pretty much take my time with this if I wanted to. Problem is, having to do this with a short amount of time, if it was time limited, then I would be eating dust. Because this is one heck of a hard quest, especially doing it on
This mission
hard.
has 2 objectives. Eliminate the Colonel scheduled to take up a post at Smasi Fort and stop the deployment of his tank unit. Your first move should be to head to Sacré village and search for the Colonel and his deployment plans.
My battle tank was just deployed. And it should be touching down right about now.
Be careful down there, boss.
Will do. And I know I can't Fulton my vehicles right away, which is probably why I can't give the command to drop my weapons items, loadout and Fultons, or ammo and Fultons, items and weapons and loadouts. Which is probably why I can't give the command to drop my... Does that say dismiss helicopter? Air support and pickup. Alright. Well, anyway. My shoulder button's a bit sticky, so... I brought my own tank! Alright. So. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to lay one of those here. Here. and here. Why? Because we're going to put one of these here. Here. And here. There. Now we can mess about. With those 3 decoys hiding behind mines, no doubt someone's going to get exploded by the time they even get near one of those decoys. So that was a plus for me whenever I figured that out. Plus it wasn't a death toll for me, so I'm going to use one of these with this. There we go. That's what we wanted to do.
You destroyed their anti-air radar? It wasn't one of the targets, but that's been a hole in their air surveillance. The chopper will be able to get in close now. You can designate a landing zone near the outpost.
Well, that was surprising. They didn't even come down. Get near them traps, I dare you.
Approaching position. This is Pequod. I have arrived at marker. Cover fire. In hot. Target acquired. In hot. Rocket salvo! Rocket salvo! Pequod is in hot! Find cover! Rockets away! found the chopper. Already a backup chopper. Call it from your iDroid. Out of ammo? Let the support unit help out if you need to restock. Transmit a request from your iDroid and I'll send supplies right away.
Okay, here he comes. Good. Why is he taking his good old time coming back over here? Okay, here he comes.
This is B-Quad. Approaching position. This is B-Quad. I have arrived at marker. Cover fire. In hot. Rocket salvo. Rocket salvo. Okay, subject is in. Hot. Find cover. Rockets away. Target acquired. In hot. In hot. Watch out, boss. Target acquired. In hot.
Oh, they're downstairs. I didn't know there was a downstairs.
In hot. Watch out, boss.
Oh wait, no, the documents are right here.
P-Quad is in hot. Find cover. This is P-Quad. No targets remaining. Ending attack run and we'll stand by at LZ. This is P-Quad. Have arrived at LZ. Boss, that document you just got is the deployment plans for the Smasi Fort reinforcements. According to the plans, the colonel is supposed to join up with the tank unit of Waksen Barracks and then proceed to Smasi Fort. Those tanks being on the move doesn't make things easy. Hurry, boss. I've sent the tank units route to your iDroid.
Which is why I set those traps, so hopefully they didn't get set off. Yeah, because there's my tank right there. Are my decoys still active? Yeah, they're right there. Dang it.
I've sent the tank units route to your iDroid. Don't let them reach the fort.
What's taking them so long to get here?
This is P-Quad. I have arrived at Marker. This is P-Quad. Have arrived at LZ. Will stand by.
Right, so if they're not coming to my location, I'm going to them. Stupid tree.
Exfiltrate out of the hot zone by chopper or on land. P-1 is in hot! Find cover! This is P-1! Taking too many hits! I gotta pull out!
Wait a minute, what happened to my decoys? My decoys up and disappeared. Okay, wait. Did I leave the fort? No, it's up here. Well, given the fact, shouldn't I be able to, like, take my chopper up here?
Roger.
I mean, I destroyed all the tanks, so apparently I should be able to, right? And during a sandstorm, no less. They still was able to take out one of mine, so I'm down a tank. So I had 18 of that one specific tank. Now I have, well, 18 first. Now I have 17. I'm gonna suck at math. I feel accomplished, actually. And here comes Pequot, so I gotta get over to the LZ right now. I did this mission without dying. I didn't think I would be able to pull this one off. Luckily, I had the right equipment with me. Okay, where's the LZ? Next to the radar.
This is P-Quad. Arriving shortly at LZ.
So who else thought that, that was an awesome trap to set up? I'm surprised the soldiers looking for me didn't go down there and set them off. It was a nice effect, nice touch. But you would think that if I had a flawless or a flawed idea, something bad would have happened. But I survived. Plus, I got a soldier out nonetheless. So that's a bonus. I feel like it's a bonus anyway.
Departing.
Like I said, accomplished. And we can come back here and do missions like this every single time. So I can go back to the first mission and Fulton the tank that bombarded the man on fire, if I wanted to. Because I could probably do that over and over and over and over again. As long as I get an A or a S rank, should be fine. I got a Hawk. That's cool. Sweet.
Boss, we're finally ready to put together a combat unit. Staff assigned to the unit will be dispatched as mercenaries to conflict zones. That should guarantee us a stable source of income. MERT deployment allows you to send combat unit staff on relatively easy missions suited to the unit's level. There's little risk, but the rewards are low too. However, there are also contracts known as dispatch missions that offer a higher risk and reward. Give your orders to undertake these missions using your iDroid.
Ocelot. Ocelot. Dude, let me ask you a question. First off, number one, diamonds, rough diamonds, haven't I been picking those up enough to actually earn us some income on a daily basis? Dude, we didn't even fall in the red once, and you're telling me all of this. Well, added bonus, I suppose. So there's no downside to that. So, yeah, there's that, and, you know, support of the unit. We can dispatch them on any given day. As long as they're up to grade, we can build, like, as many teams as we can gather. Probably, like, 7 to 8 teams, if we have enough people on the base. Depending on the grade of the missions, like I said, just like Black Flags, we can deploy teams to those missions just as long as they can handle them. Point in mind, Miller would have already set teams in motion, like having like a certain team at a certain level put together. All we have to do is deploy them. But if we wanted to put teams together, we have to be very careful of how we do it, because sometimes it doesn't work out the way we planned. So we have to keep an eye on what we're doing, how we're doing it, and see if Miller approves. I know it's kind of an iffy subject, but Miller has a key point in the role. So let's do what we can.
We've established a sick bay on the new medical platform. Staff who come back with wounds, diseases, or PTSD can be treated there. If we need any other platforms, feel free to issue the construction order from your iDroid.
Will do. Alright. Oh, which reminds me. We just got 2 new members. This guy and his sister. You can tell how they're related by the, you know, red hair and stuff. But they also have like a diamond dog tattoo on their face. So this one's, what was his name? Crimson Canine. And his sister was Garnet Canine? Or Garnet Canine. So, either they're brother and sister or they're a married couple. Either or, they are, you know, I want to say associated, but essential. That's the word I was looking for. Essential to your team. So keep them where they are. She's at the communications tower. I forget where her brother or husband were, whichever the case. But these two are essential to your team. They can't be fired, so there's no point in trying, so keep that in mind. I love these two to death. They are hard workers. Just gotta love them. And then we have these guys. Boring. So that's all I have for you today. This is your King Willix playing Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain, and we'll be back in the next episode. Peace. Oh, what a comfy day.